allow the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Ayegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo yo. Ayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Ayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Ayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Ayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Ayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Ayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Ayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Ayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Aha. Now him una don hear all these bad politicians, them we call themselves politicians. Where they thief our money, we no want make the common man get wetin he suppose get for this country. Una never hear something. Now go hear one, Ayegun, you go show una paper. Ayegun diary political. So my people make you shout, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Ayegun don't come, oh yo yo.
Hello there, brethren. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Ayegun live. Thank you very much for joining me. And remember, after reading the caption of the broadcast, please read the description as well, okay? Then like the broadcast, then share it as well. To invite your friends and your not so friendly friends. Tell them all to join us. The Ayegun is live. And also remember, the line is opened. You can phone in anytime and maybe just drop your own little opinion on any of these topics that you are reading right now. So apart from that, let's get started. Okay. Thank you very much for joining me. Now, 2 days ago, we got the report. In fact, we saw the aftermath of the abduction of the former minister's sisters and former minister's sister and her twin sons in Ibadan while she was taking her kids to school. Then the search party went to work, looking for every tip, and they told us, just like they told us then, that they were working on how to free the 46 school children and their teachers in Oyo State. So people waited with bated breath. However, there were those who put their money on that they will find her first before they will even find these children. However, last night or early this morning, the police, the police in Oyo State found or traced or tracked the victims and their children. They tracked them to a house in Oluyole area of Ibadan. And they found the culprits, including the victims and the property. And from the videos they shared after, right, some people are kind of like trying to question by asking that it looked more like it is sort of like staged. So this video, only single one anyway, where these police went into the house with force and all of that. And, you know, fortunately, they succeeded in rescuing this woman, her children, while two of their kidnappers, according to the police reports, were killed, others arrested, and others also escaped. So I am going to start from that tonight, and then we're going to go from there to other stories as we normally do. And then, like I said, the line is always very much opened, which means you can begin to gather your thoughts on what you want to contribute as well. Okay, the number is on the screen. Use it. So this is the clip released by the police as the about 75 seconds operation of rescuing the former minister's sister and her children, Mrs. Adelabu John Paul.
Throw it outside, I mean, throw it outside. I'm videoing, sir.
You cannot go into a dark room like that.
I'm videoing.
So much this. Can't be careful there. If you move, hold on.
Wait, calm down, you are safe, calm down, you are safe, come, go out, you are safe,
Put on your life. Where are the other? Why this one is okay?
Yes, don't go with you.
Where are the guns? Oh,
all of the kidnappers, they are all Yorubas operating in Ibadan and targeting maybe prominent people or vulnerable people just like that, the weaklings. But they took the wrong client this time. So 48 hours, less than 48 hours, they were able to track these ones, overpower them and rescue the victims. They didn't give any excuse that, oh, their kidnappers have said that they will execute them or they will kill them. But those who took the children in Oyo State have added a bit of a salt to the injury as we speak. When part of their demands, in fact, some of their demand is that the future concession of laws in Oyo State, and also where Oyo State government would need to provide them lands, an area which they have already mapped out in the northern part of Oyo State as their territory. These areas, right, would now be bequeathed to them, and they can start practicing their Sharia on these lands as part of the conditions. If we want peace in Oyo State, as well as the rest of Yoruba land. So it's going to be like these conditions will be, we will need you to give us our lands now, or else there won't be peace. Those who invited the Gumi, like the one they call the chief imam of Ibadan, I don't know, maybe it's Ibadan or your state, he released a statement this afternoon where he distanced himself from the Sharia they are promoting and the Sharia that these terrorists are demanding. I mean, some of them are beginning to speak up anyway, like they have no hand in any of this, so it's got nothing to do with Sharia in Oyo State. So whatever meetings and all their intention of getting Sharia, it has nothing to do with terrorism and banditry. So they would want governments to treat them as terrorists, not as Muslims, you know, that stuff. But meanwhile, this was the guy who I think is the chief imam of Ibadan. At one of their meetings where they were sending threats to the government of Oyo State and the people of Oyo State, by the way, that if you are all insisting that they won't have Sharia in Oyo State, that means there won't be peace. Now, there is no peace in Oyo State, courtesy of the jihadists, the terrorists, who are now demanding for Sharia, guns, money, vehicles, and lands where they can practice their Sharia in Oyo State. So this video was about a year or so ago.
èmi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìmáàmù ní ìsìn táwọn ìjọba mi bá wá sunkún bá mi wípé ó dá ìyá nǹkan báyìí ń jẹ àwọn kí n wá dìde láti béèrè fún nǹkan yẹn lọ́dọ̀ ìjọba kí ìjọba máa wá sọ fún mi pé Nigeria is a secular state so gbogbo yẹn ẹ má gbẹdẹ bí ẹ má gbẹdẹ bí kò ní sálàáfíà àwọn jọmọ àtẹmí ò ní gbà. Abẹ́ lo ìjáàbọ̀ wa ní no ká má sọ. Abẹ́ lo nìkọ́ọ̀bù no Nigeria is a secular state. Ká má sọ. Mo rò pé tí ẹ nìsín gbogbo nǹkan yẹn ò ní ṣe déédéé. Abẹ́ lọ kí jímọ̀ lásìkò jímọ̀. Abẹ́ kí jímọ̀ lásìkò jímọ̀. Tẹ́ ẹ wá sọ pé no.
Nuisance lele.
Sorry about the quality of that video. There is this narrative that the extremists or these jihadists, these terrorists, garbed in Islamic regalias called clerics and their preachings in the recent time, they are trying to make it look like in Yoruba land, all right, being a Muslim is discriminatory. They won't let us use hijab. Like we want to go and pray now, Jumat, and somebody will say, oh, Nigeria is a secular state, you have to stay at work. This is not true. Do you know that in your constitution, Nigeria constitution, where they mentioned Sharia 47 times or thereabout, Sharia is already being practiced in Nigeria, is allowed. And what is that? You want to discuss inheritance as Muslims. When you go to your mosque or you go to your, when you go to your mosque or you meet other of your clerics and the rest of them, they will guide you through the process, which is allowed by law. They want to share properties or in the Islamic way. They want to settle disputes or in the Islamic way. You want to take bank loans in the Islamic way. You want to go to school in this Islamic way. You want to, what do you call it? Practice your religion in any form of what have you, right? There is no discrimination against anybody. But these guys continue to create their imaginary kind of like, hatred. We have Islamic school. I went to a Muslim primary school in Odogbolu. That was a Muslim school built by the what do you call the Islamic, what do you call them again? I think they call them not adventurous or something. Mission. Yeah, they call them mission. Islamic missions. Who build schools, like Catholic build schools. Do you understand? So I went to primary school that was a Muslim primary school. in that same hometown of mine, there was a St. John's Primary School. There's a Catholic primary school. Do you get that now? There's this African primary school. And these were like African churches, or should I say churches, that built schools. So people went to whichever one that aligned with your own form of, if you are so serious about your religion, then you will know where to send your children. This was how we were raised. In Yoruba, I don't know about others, I don't know any other part of Nigeria, but in Yoruba, this is how we were raised. And you know something? At the end of the day, it was so good that you could work, I mean, you as a Christian or Muslim, so you could end up in the same Muslim or Christian school, like all those mission schools. In my own secondary school days, right? We had what they call the MSS Day, Muslim Student Association or something of Nigeria, right? So we had teachers who were teaching those. You could choose whatever you wanted to be. There was no discrimination until these guys came, and then they started this campaign of their children must go to the mission schools wearing a hijab, following the doctrine of their own religion, just to create this level of division. So that guy knows that, he probably knows that they have their own Sharia, in their own Sharia council and the rest of that operating. But what these guys are looking for is called political Sharia. Political Sharia is the one where these criminals can use to control the poor people, create tension, terror. That's political Sharia. That's what you have up north, in northern part of Nigeria. The Sharia where you, if you are not practicing their own style of Islam, this is how ridiculous it is, by the way. They have Sufism, Salafism, Wahhabism, Thisism, and Dasism that these guys have created. And because of that, they have this discrimination against themselves. This is not even like non-Muslims now. These are Muslims, where they have this kind of idea, this divisive people, this kind of people, that if you are not practicing their own style of Islam, even if you are a Muslim, you are still considered as an infidel. It's these ideologies, right? They are not new in Yoruba land, from what I have gathered. Those of you who are older people, elderly people, you know this is not new. They said it's always been there. But because the liberalism in Yoruba land, for example, continue to neutralize all these kind of agendas every time they kind of rear their heads. Maybe this is our own generation time, where we now have these fanatics threatening us that it is either their way or no way at all. So they are distancing themselves. That guy, that's Mugu, called the Mufti of Iwo, as well as the Oluyole of Iwo. You know that one, that Sheikh of Iwo or Emir of Iwo. He's also distanced himself by saying they have nothing to do with the terrorists that are kidnapping school children or killing people. They are from Chad, and it is some of the enemies of the country sponsoring them to tarnish Islam. Remember this guy?
Sarah Dara Tensi. Facts in the K Bodada. KDSS goes to my book. Sadini, Niger ni, Cameroon ni, Ayawan intelligent agent, àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè ńláńlá ni, train, recruit àwọn ọmọ ogun. Fáwọn operation, tó jẹ́ special operation fún wọn. Ru àwọn ọmọ ogun ìtàwọn foreigner tí wọ́n lò wọ́n bẹ ní Chad. Ten camp tí wọ́n train wọn. Owó dẹ̀ ń wá láti abroad fún wọn àti bá àti gbogbo ẹ̀. Àwọn yẹn pọ̀. Ìran Fúlàní Haúsá ni wọ́n pọ̀ jù nínú wọn. Ìran mi náà wà ńbẹ̀. Àti Cameroon o, àti Saadi o, àti Niger o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo bí tí mo wí nísìn. Àwọn alágbára tí ń lò wọ́n ò lò wọ́n mọ́. Tàbí kí n sọ wípé 90% wọ́n ti dà wọ́n lẹ̀. Wọ́n ti wá síjú síbọn. Owó tí wọ́n sì ń fún wọn, dọ́là wọ́n fi ń fún wọn lówó, wọ́n ń gbádùn òṣìṣẹ́ ju iye tí wọ́n ń kọ́ wọn pé wọ́n máa yìnbọn káàkiri fún àwọn operation tí wọ́n lò wọ́n fún. Ìbọn ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ wọn, wọn ò gbà kúrò lọ́wọ́ wọn. Oríṣi weapon ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ wọn, wọn ò gbà kúrò lọ́wọ́. Láwọn tí ń lò wọ́n, ẹ jẹ́ ìfẹ́ lápèjúwe. Niger lé France kó ń bẹ̀ wọ́n. France láwọn ti ẹ̀ tó train. Àlẹ́ ìrí gbogbo African country tí wọ́n lé àwọn people yìí, wọ́n làwọn ò fẹ́ foreigner mọ́. gbogbo ibi tí wọ́n ti ní wọn ò fẹ́ foreigner mọ́ àbí kí foreigner bá wulẹ̀ wà country àwọn bíi Nàìjíríà ò ní ìdí foreigner láyé Yar'Adua àwọn try láti wá ní military base níbí ìjọba wa ọgbà house wa ọgbà gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ọgbà gbogbo àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè báyìí náà ti máa lòrú àwọn wọn pé ẹ lọ́ọ́ máa dà wọ́n láàmú kí wọ́n lè máa wárán lọ́wọ́ àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè ayé so ti ẹnìsìn ní tí wọ́n fi máa jẹun nù ìlú tí ọba ti ní fọkànbalẹ̀ wọ́n ní expert làwọn láti fi hàn lọ́kànbalẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ bá ti ń pariwo báwọn wọ́n wà lè kó ọmọ ogun wọn wá ẹ wà máa sanwó tọ́ra àwọn bọ́ọ̀sì wa wọ́n invest pọ̀ lórí nǹkan ìjagun lórí ọmọ ogun owó tí wọ́n ń rí lù wọn ọ̀ka wọn America 755 military base báràkì ológun 755 ló ní lágbàáyé kí ló tó mọ̀ ẹ́ Nàìjíríà ní ẹyọ kan iná ní ti bẹ́ẹ̀ nù Nàìjíríà kí ló dé tí wọ́n fi ní 755 Britain ó ní iye tiẹ̀ more than 300 France ó ní iye tiẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ more than 200 tí wọ́n sì nídìí àti máa náwó lé lórí tó máa bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn invest lórí pé afẹ́ máa ẹ máa gbà wá pé ká máa bá yín sọ yín àwọn aráàlú láwọn ò fẹ́ yín ẹ ṣe máa sọ wa sáwọn náà ní sọ́jà wa àlọ́lọ́pàá ti á ní àwọn tí wọ́n máa lò láti dàlú olùlú àbí bí wọ́n parọ́ pé kankan ṣẹlẹ̀ kò dẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ àbí kí wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn mọ̀ pé àwọn nídìí àwọn irú rẹ̀ làwọn yìí tí wọ́n bá ti ń jiyàn àgbẹ̀ bá ń kò ní sígbà tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ò ní máa tọrọ káwọn èèyàn máa bọ̀ kọ́ lè bá a máa rówó lára wọn ọ̀nà kanú ọ̀nà àwọn ọ̀daràn ni ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ṣé ara àwọn ọ̀daràn kan wá mẹ́tọ́ pé ẹ̀rẹ́ akọ̀ wà ló wọn báyìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe sọ bọ̀ wọ́n sì fẹ́ máa wá owó Fúlàní kan sọ lórí social media tí wo yín gbọ́rọ̀ rẹ̀ òdodo ọ̀rọ̀ ni tí ń sọ ó ní wọ́n sọ pé àwọn ẹran táwọn kó lọ sọ́jà tí wọ́n bá ti jí wa gbé ń bì ó ní gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n wá òun kì í ṣe Fúlàní Nàìjíríà kì í ṣe Haúsá Nàìjíríà kì í ṣe àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà ó láti ìta bíi Chad bíi Niger kankan náà ti ń wá ó ní. nuisance lélẹ́yìí nuisance lélẹ́yìí.
He actually call himself. He called himself the Mufti of Yoruba land and Edo and Delta. That's the title he gave himself. But he is also a local terrorist. Now, what he is trying to sort of like narrate for his followers, his own listeners in that video, is that they have nothing to do with this terrorism. That the DSS shouldn't focus on them. They should listen. That all these guys who are carrying out these attacks in Nigeria, they are from Niger, Chad, and all of that. And usually, these ones were put together, these terrorists were put together by countries like France and America. So whenever France or America want to take something from your country and you are not allowing them, they will use these people to go and attack your country. So by then, you are going to need their help. That means you will need the help of America or France, okay, to come and help you stop that. Then you eventually give them money, give them everything that you initially kind of like denied them. But lately, some of these people that are fighting that America is funding, right, that some of them have been kind of like left off in a way that they are jobless now. America is not using them anymore. So they decided to come to Nigeria. And in Nigeria, they will just kidnap people to collect money because America is not paying them anymore. That is his narrative. That's the same mofo that gathered children, right, to be marching for Gaza because of what was happening in Gaza at the time. And at the same time, telling his listeners at the time that in their own Quran, or in his own God knows what, in his own Quran, Muhammad said, they should teach their children how to shoot and how to swim. That when they asked the prophet, why did we need to shoot and swim? There was no gun during the time of Muhammad, but anyway, he said it. So then the prophet told them that simply because things, you have to kind of like be prepared for war. Then he switched to Nigeria. He said, take a look around you today. if the Christians who are teachers, doctors, engineers, as if to say we don't have Muslim teachers, Muslim doctors, Muslim scientists, and in all of this field, but the impression they are giving their people, right, is that so that they can be like, oh, so Christians hate us because we are not intelligent enough to have, Muslim professionals. This one. So he said that, take a look at Nigeria today. If something happened and the Christians, who are the ones who are teachers, if they say they don't want to attend to any Muslims and their children anymore, what's going to happen to us? If the Christian says, the Christian doctor says they are no longer going to treat anyone who is a Muslim, what's going to happen to us? So that is why you have to teach your children how to shoot, because the jihad that is coming. I was like, what the hell is this guy talking about? You are not saying that we need to begin to invest in our children so that we can begin to produce more doctors, more lawyers, more scientists, more engineers, more this, more that, No, he said they should teach them how to swim and how to shoot. So I bet he's probably under the radar. Well, if he's not, he should be. So he's distancing himself from all the preachings that sort of like enabled this kind of violence now that it is happening in Yoruba land. It's not like it's going to really change them. Do you get what I mean? They still talk and continue to fuel it. But things are getting out of hand, of course. Listen to this victim, a Yoruba girl who is said to be traveling to receive, she's in the NYSC or something, so she was traveling back to her school to receive a certain documents. On her way back, she was kidnapped. Her name is Janet. The terrorist, they want, of course, 20 million from poor people. Watch this or listen to this.
Hello, and Janet. And Janet, wo bá ṣe sáré kiri tó ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run ẹ bá mi jẹ́ kí n bá àwọn people ìsọ̀rọ̀ ẹjọ́.
Mrs. Tosin ló ní kí n máa ṣàlàyé fún wọn, mo lè ti ṣàlàyé gbogbo ẹ̀. Wọ́n ní kí n máa kà kí n máa explain, mo lè ti explain.
And Janet, ẹni sùúrù. Àdínní ṣe mo lè bá àwọn people yẹn sọ̀rọ̀, ṣé wọ́n ń gbọ́ ṣé wà ń speaker? Please, ẹjọ́, please, I use God to beg you. My mom is a civil servant, ẹjọ́. Ní owó yìí pọ̀. Bí mo ṣe Anjine àdúró àdúrà àwọn látọ̀ tí mo ti send ẹ̀ sí tí mo ti bẹ̀. Anjine 300,000 láti àná. Ẹjọ́ àti ìrìn kankan. Kì í ṣe olówó civil servant mọ́mì widow ni wọ́n. Àwọn nìkan ọmọ mẹ́rin láti how many years ago? 22 years. Àwọn nìkan jọ. Please, I use God to beg you. We don't have anybody. Please, we don't have anybody. Please, I use God to beg you. There's nothing we can do. My mommy said is here. She's hearing her voice. Please, I use God to beg you. I need this. I don't know what to do.
Hello, Oluyole. Mo gbọ́ Ọlọ́run gbọ́ ló ní 5 days.
Kọjọ sọ bí 3 million. A máa wá náà ní kó ipa ní 3 million yẹn gan sọ́wọ́. Kọjọ Àjínà tẹ̀yìn náà mọ owó olónà owó gbogbo ẹ̀. Wọ́n mi ṣì rọ yẹn san wọn tí ìsan tán. Ẹjọ́, please, I use God to beg you. Jesus. Kọjọ. Ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run. Kò síbi tá a ti fẹ́ rówó torí Ọlọ́run. Ọlọ́run. Kò sí níbodì tá a mọ̀ àwọn anybody. Ọlọ́run nìkan la mọ̀. Ẹjọ́ nítorí t'Ọlọ́run. Ẹjọ́.
That's some people's reality, and it is like every day now. The only ones you get to listen to, as heart-wrenching as they sound, right? Those are the few ones that made it to the internet. People are dealing with this every day. And I'm talking about thousands of people, thousands of families. It is like every day. So as you are watching this, as I am speaking right now, it could be my family next. That's how random it is and how much it can just get to anyone. I've seen people who live abroad who made videos of their loved ones being kidnapped and they were trying to raise money and they ended up killing them. I've seen people totally shattered, heartbroken and all that. This is our reality. A retired general in the Nigerian army was traveling with his wife on a road in Katsina State. He was also the former spokesperson for the Nigerian army, a retired general. They grabbed him, little boys. I'll show you the picture of those, one of those who got him. They shot at him, grabbed him and his wife, and they have been in that captivity for over 5 days now. And they've released their own videos too, begging, pleading in Nigeria.
To shi ne muke kawo kukanmu, muke kawo ƙorafinmu ga gwamnati. Gwamnatin tun daga gwamnatin jiha zuwa ta ƙananan hukumomin da ta shafi wannan yanki. Gwamnatin jiha His Excellency Duk Raɗa tare da ciyamomi na yankin Matazu, Musawa, Kankiya, Taranci, Kusada. Muna roƙon ciyamomi guda 5 kenan. Muna roƙon ku taimaka don Allah. Suna da ƙorafinsu, akwai yaransu guda 3 da aka kama masu, wanda ya haɗa da Aminu da Sani da Nasiru, suna hannu da kuma sauransu, suna son a sako musu su tare da kuma dukiyarsu, shanunsu da tumakinsu wadda aka kama masu. Muna a filin don Allah don Annabi, duk wanda ke da hannu a cikin wannan da yake da iko da Allah ba shi iko a matsayin shi na shugabancin jihar mu ta Katsina, muna roƙon ku arziki ku taimaka mamu, ku sa hannu a biya wannan bukata saboda mu ma mu samu biyan bukata su sake mu. Waɗannan bayan Allah yara guda 3 a taimaka, an kama guda 2 a Jikamshi, guda 1 kuma shi an kama shi daban a ƙasar Kano. To muna fatan shugabannin da ya shafi wannan a hannunsu su taimaka su sako yaran nan, sai kuma dabbobinsu da aka su ma kama masu, suna roƙon arziki don Allah a dawo masu da su. In aka dawo masu da su kuma za a zo a zanna a samu sulhu, saboda ana son a zanna yankin ya samu zaman lafiya ga kowa da kowa, ga talaka ya ji daɗi, a dawo ana noma, kowa ya yi walwala cikin kwanciyar hankali, ba fitina ba tashin hankali. Abinda muke roƙo daga gare mu kenan, dukkan fitin daga mai girma gwamna zuwa camomin nan da ya shafi yankin su guda 5. Muna roƙon ku taimaka mu dan Allah dan Allah.
Bayani kan haka shine na ainihin su wannan sun ba da gudunmuwa sosai na kare wannan yanki, kuma libanin su da libanin da neman jam'ai ba, na da suke mana bayani sun gwada cewa sun na taimakawa sosai wani kare wannan kasa wanda ya shafi tsaro da ci gaba da tsaron su. Muna sai ina imanin kallon cewa ita amfanin gwamnati shine ta tabbatar da tsaro a yanayin kasa. Ina ganin ya kamata a ba su haɗin kai.
A kwanakin baya ai an zauna.
Yawwa, a ba su haɗin kai.
Lafiya ko ina a shiga inda na.
Peace billahi.
Ba shin amana.
Na peace billahi ba tare da yaudara ba, a zanna da su a ainihin kawo maslaha kuma sulhu ko Allah bin Allah ya ma ce sulhu khairan ne, alheri ne, kuma haka insha Allah za mu lafiya, za mu ainihin fita, musannan su ma za su san cewa an ɗauke su 'yan ƙasa na gari wanda ke ba gudunmuwa na ainihin taimaka ma ci gaban yankin nan kuma za a baki ɗaya ta fannin tsaro.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Ah! Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that.
A retired general. This was him when he was in service. And he was abducted by this tiny looking criminal. This is the boy. Because they've got guns, you know, they've got guns and all that. This is the boy that took them. And as the boy, the old man was begging for his life, that they will give them whatever they want. They shouldn't kill them. They should spare him. A general. I think that's all you need to know about the state of Nigeria under the APC. Egbe. You get that? But let's have a bit of rollback. Why is Nigeria dealing with this now? How did Nigeria get here? Osifo, a quick flashback to rejig your memories. How APC, because of power, brought this upon Nigeria. Watch.
We have a confession that the media has not given appropriate attention. Kawu Baraje Alhaji was a leading chieftain of the APC, and he has confessed that they imported the foreign mercenaries who have become bandits. He has confessed. How much more evidence do you need? He has confessed that they imported them for the elections. This is public. Why is the media not following up? Why are we not asking for accountability? So it seems very clear to me and to so many others. If you're in the public space, you hear people talking and pointing fingers. The ruling party is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria. My name is Martin Onobo. I said it. APC is the direct sponsor of insecurity and terrorism in Nigeria. Ask me for the evidence.
What are the facts?
Good. I just gave you confession of Kawu Baraje. Okay. That's number one. Number two, Miyetti Allah made a public statement that if you want peace in your state, don't call any meeting. Provide land for Fulanis in your state. Public statement. Miyetti Allah. Miyetti Allah is a collaborator with the ruling party. We had a report that the ruling party funded Miyetti Allah to the tune of 100 billion. I wasn't there when the payment was made, but that's in the public domain. We had an official report that the government of Nigeria was going to establish a radio station in collaboration with Miyetti Allah, where Fufude, the Fulani tribal dialect, will be the language of communication. Now, interestingly, you asked me for facts. We have it on the authority of the Ondo State government that the PRO of Miyetti Allah in Ondo State led the criminal suspect gang that killed Parafa Shoranti's daughter. That is on the authority of the Ondo State government. And they have been arrested. And the leader of the gang is the PRO of Miyetti Allah in Ondo State. We have it on the authority of the Nigerian police that a headsman was arrested with a military rifle in Plateau State. I have the number of the rifle. I can send it to you by SMS. I just need to check my records. I have the rifle number. We have it on the authority of retired Colonel Nyam that the Fulani headsmen repelled in Ogoja were using Nigerian army rifles from the barracks in that vicinity, and that the soldiers came to collect the rifles back. Now, who is the commander-in-chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces? Who should be responsible for the activities of these armed forces? We have it on the authority of General Danjuma. Danjuma has commanded these forces. We have it on the authority of General Danjuma. That the armed forces are conniving with the bandits that are killing citizens. How much more evidence do you want? How much more evidence? We have hard physical evidence. We have testimonies from relevant authorities. How much more evidence do you want to know that the ruling party in Nigeria, the APC, is the sponsor of insecurity and terrorism? How much more evidence? I don't need any more evidence. I am 1000% convinced, and nobody has contrary evidence. The APC, the ruling party in Nigeria, is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria.
That is damning. For the fact that the Nigerian government.
It is. And it has not been disputed, debunked. It remained very much in the public space. And all of their body languages have shown that he is right. Boko Haram wanted to create Ruga for Fulanis as the reason why we are having what they call the Fulani farmers others clashes. I've never seen anything like that in my entire life, where two people will clash, but now only one side they die on their own lands, in the hands of people that trekked hundreds of kilometers to their land and then kill them there. And the government says, well, you know what? You cannot provoke the Fulanis, okay? So we just have to find a way around it, because we can't stop the Fulanis and their cows. What are you talking about? There are no cows anymore. Armed terrorists on motorbikes in their hundreds are invading communities, killing innocent people, harmless civilians. And your solution is to give them land. These ones are not interested in any land. Their cows and their herds of cows and all of that, they are enough to actually hand them resources to establish themselves, establish their own ranches and the rest, but they are not interested. There is a bigger thing behind this whole thing, and the government was supposed to be on top of it, except that the government is behind it. They started blackmailing the citizens. Oh, you mean your land or your life? You can't even use all the lands you have. Nigeria is so big and it can take everybody. 70%, over 70% of Nigerian land is domiciled in the northern part of Nigeria. And yet, it is the southern part of Nigeria that these terrorists are hiding, and this is where they want their cows, next to water. Government of Nigeria, rather than to protect Nigerians, they were busy. APC, Egbekegbe under Boko Haram, they were busy trying to change the law that will hand Nigerian waterways to the hands of the terrorists, the Fulanis, just to placate them for peace. That's what they called it. There was no state kind of like the government's broad arrangement to end this terrorism. They want to manage it. Nigerians have to pay for it. That is what APC represents. Give the waterways 10 miles from every water bank. You see that water bank, the start or the end of where you have that water, it's called the water bank, or river bank rather. That your river bank, from there you calculate 10 miles down. So they were making laws to change that so that they could give that to the federal government of Nigeria, and the federal government of Nigeria can then settle these Fulani mongrels. They can settle them next to the waterways of Nigeria. Full control. How ingenious. People resisted. Baba, they were making proposals for how they thought this whole problem should be resolved. Proposals that actually pacifies the terrorists. None to protect the interest of the citizens of the country. None. For 80 years. Give them land. Give them cattle colony. They were rehabilitating them, giving them money. All of this paid for by Nigeria and Nigerians. Then Tinubu came in. Many said, well, that's it. The party was over. The Fulanis and their whatever agenda is dead now because the person enabling them is gone. So therefore, things will probably go the different direction now. No, it didn't. It got worse. It wasn't. It is under Tinubu that Tinubu released over 500 billion naira to support Ruga in some of these northern states. They collected the money. They built no single ranch. And Tinubu is watching them. You have states like Jigawa, Katsina, Sokoto, even Kano, and a few others, Zamfara, who got paid to start. They even announced it. And Niger State, that man, that Rago guy. Tinubu gave them, all of them, hundreds of billions of naira to set up ranches, which will be the Ruga settlement for this Fulani. But the whole thing is like, they know the terrorists are not interested in any form of ranching or anything. These are murderers on their dubious Islamic jihadism. But rather than be on the side of the people, Tinubu established a whole ministry. He called it Ministry of Livestock. A ministry that will cater to the needs of these Fulanis. The ministry has been created for nearly 3 years now. It did not reduce the killings of Nigerians. It did not reduce this violence. Our communities are turning to ghost towns. And somehow, some feels like talking about it is because you hate Tinubu. Take a look at this location.
Nílùú tẹ́ pé àwọn èèyàn ti ń kọjá lọ bí omi ẹ wò gbogbo ṣọ́ọ̀bù kan ti close everywhere ti close look at nígbà táwọn èèyàn gbé ìlú mọ́ ṣe ti rí ẹ wò tójú bá fọ́ mọ́ ilágbá ṣe ti rí ẹ lè rẹ́ yẹ ló wí ẹ lè rí kankan ẹ wò ó ga o.
Slowly but surely, what they have been witnessing in the last decade in the middle belt part of Nigeria and northern part of Nigeria is about to become our own daily reality in Yoruba land. And I've seen people making efforts in their own little ways to try to raise awareness, form groups as defense, and continue to patrol their communities just against these marauders. Those who are Christians are praying, like marching and praying. We have those who are traditionalists. So everybody is kind of like bringing whatever they have out now. But the good thing is this. People are now aware. Nobody can be told that, man, these are all lies, Jared. You can't really tell the Yorubas anymore that talking about the insecurity in Nigeria is because they hated Tinubu. No anymore. And that's a good thing. It is. This was Ojodu in Lagos, by the way. I think yesterday, not today. psychological thing about that. Simply means children in churches, in mosques, on the streets, at home. People are aware that school children were taken by terrorists in Oyo State. So politicians can't twist it. They can't bend the narrative anymore. It is no longer, and no wonder the likes of Dave Umahi is currently trying to gaslight Nigerians by saying people should not blame Tinubu, stop abusing Tinubu because of the insecurity. I'll show you that one later. The traditionalist here was a procession in Abeokuta calling or praying against the incursion of these terrorists to the further heartland of Yoruba land, praying that the ancestors should do whatever it takes to sweep these criminals out of Yoruba land, whatever it's going to take. Those who are working to get rid of them should succeed, kind of, right? Here is their own procession in Abeokuta.
Olúmọ abẹ lọ́rọ̀ gbanio, Olúmọ Ẹ̀gbá gbanio, Sódẹ̀kẹ́ olórí Sódẹ̀kẹ́ ẹ̀bániṣẹ́ o, Ìjòkú mẹ́rẹ́kì ọjà ẹ̀bániṣẹ́ o, Kẹ́ńtà Ọ̀ṣẹ́bílẹ̀ ẹ̀bániṣẹ́ o, Sódẹ̀kẹ́ kó má bàjẹ́ o, ìlú Ẹ̀gbá kó gbọ́wọ́ yẹn wọlé. Ìlú Ẹ̀gbá kó má dàrú, ìlú Ẹ̀gbá kó má bàjẹ́, ire owó, ire ọlá, ire dùnú. Kẹ́gbà má bàjẹ́ o, kí Nàìjíríà náà kó má dàrú, gbogbo ọmọ tó ti gbé ẹ jẹ́ kán dá wọn padà, ire owó, ire ọlá, ẹni aburú bá máa kàn kó má kàn wá o, kí ìlú wa kó má dáworo, kí ìbànújẹ́ kó má wọlé tọ̀ wá, kó má kí wá pẹ̀lẹ́ àná, ọ̀nkẹ́lẹ́gbára kú rọ̀jú, ọ̀ngbàrúwẹ̀ léèsígo, bániṣẹ́ o ká má rògbú ẹkún o, ẹkún kó má wọ̀lú wa wá o, ogun dààmú kó má wọ̀lú wa wá, ogun wàhálà kó má wọ̀lú wa wá o. Kógun banditry kó má jà wá ìjì lọ́ọ̀lọ́pọ̀dà, àbòkí tí ń ṣerú òòṣà bániṣẹ́ o, kí banditry kó má wọlé tọ̀ wá o, àríjà má wọ gbẹ̀ẹ́, àbòkí o, ọkọ ìyá mi ṣàánú mi o, gbà ní o, ẹgbà ní pẹ́pẹ́ dédé ọmọ wa pátápátá, ìbá léwéré tá a légbòdè, àbò Ọlọ́run kó má kà lórí wọn.
Yeah, that's a procession, praying for all the evil in the land to leave and to also protect every one of us from the unimaginable kind of calamities, tragedies and all that. Praying for the children that were taken to be safely returned, right? The Ifa believers themselves were also out for the same purpose. Like I said, the reason why I'm sharing this with you, it's not because whether you believe in what they are doing or not. No. The fact that 1, 2, 3 of them thought they had to do something in their own little way in response to what they have heard. The awareness that got them to feel like, what can we do to stop this from happening to anybody again? How can we prevent it? And all that. The fact that they could sit together and discuss it means they are awake. I mean, not like they were sleeping anyway, okay? But when people pretended that they were sleeping, you can't wake them up. But if somebody is truly sleeping and you wake them up, they wake up. Or if somebody is pretending to be sleeping, you can beat them and even kick them and all that they want. But right now, whether those who pretended that they were sleeping before, slowly but surely, right? They are getting involved in what they believe, if they take no action, they may be the next victims. And that's a good thing. So the day that you're going to have your revolution, where everybody would have had enough, like we have had enough, you are going to be on the same marching streets with the traditionalists, with your Christians, with the Muslims, with the unbelievers, with name it. Because now everybody don't touch, or now by then everybody could don't touch everybody repeatedly. That you would have said, no, we can't take this anymore. We're done. And this was where the Ifa worshippers too, by the way.
àwọn pípù yẹn wọ́n ti fẹ́ àjòjì ni wọ́n wá fẹ́ máa bó nílẹ̀ nílẹ̀. Àsìkò ti tó tí onílé wa máa fi àparí iṣu hàn.
Ìbàlejò ilé ti tó lọ. Wọ́n ṣe àtijọ́. Tọ́mọ lọ sẹ́ẹ̀lì. Àwọn alánilẹ̀ wa ẹlẹ́bọ̀ làwa.
Ẹlẹ́bọ̀ làwa ń bí.
Ẹlẹ́bọ̀ làwa.
Ẹlẹ́bọ̀ lórí ilẹ̀ tiwa. Kó lọ sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ní sẹ́bọ̀.
Kojú bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ẹ ṣe àti gbọ́ ẹ ṣe àti rí. Ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ajá. Tọ́lọ̀ bá yá sínú chọ́ọ̀chì rẹ o, ẹ ṣe àti rí. Aláyé mi ni o. Ẹ ti rí. Àwa ò fẹ́nu ṣe. Àfẹ́nu ṣe àlùbọ̀sọ̀ la wà báyìí ní gọ́dọ̀. Àlùbọ̀sọ̀ la wà báyìí ní gọ́dọ̀. Ẹ̀dá àti ìtò àti máa.
What they're doing, right? Yeah, they call it a fighting back because they, as a traditionalist, they have not been accused of forming a terror gang that is going about beheading people or killing their people just to force their religion on other people. Now, Dave Umahi, who out of other praise singers for Kolu, seemed to be a very outstanding one of them, the clowns in the court of Kolu, Dave Umahi. He said, Nigerians shouldn't blame Tinubu or abuse him because people are going to try to make this political. That Tinubu has done his best and he's still doing his best to ensure that the school children taken were returned, are returned, and at the same time to protect Nigerians, the blah, the blah, the blah. I can't quote him. So I'd rather you listen. Dave Umahi.
Thank you, President. You know, what is, the national discourse now is the issue of security and insecurity. When people, that call themselves extreme politicians, insult the president and, talk about insecurity as if the insecurity just started within the administration of the president. It's very unfortunate because security is the job of everyone. The security, should not be politicized, should not be organized. Why is it that any time we're trying to have an election, there is, heightened insecurity? This is very, very unfair. Because anybody that takes the life of others under any guise, God is watching and God is going to pay back. And so, if anybody has hands in the insecurity because the person wants power, God will resist such a person. God will resist such a person. So we stand with the president, we pray for him, we work with him, and the peace phase will also pass. We will win our election by God's special grace. The boat is already on sail, it's on high sea. We are experiencing turbulence, but the president has been able to stabilize the boat in so many directions. The macro economy is stabilized, the naira is stable, and we are descending the gains of the reforms to the micro level. And this insecurity will also be solved by this president. And we all be grateful to God Almighty. Because when God has called you, because power and might belongs to God, there is nothing anybody will do. What is happening is that God's glory will be amplified. And Nigeria will be taken again. And there will be peace and prosperity in the land. We continue to pray for all our students who are in captivity. God sees them wherever they are hiding, and their hands will be loosened by God, and they will return our teachers and students and our brothers and sisters that may be in captivity. My confidence is in God that this place will also come and pass, and Nigeria will be peaceful again under President Bola Tinubu. So let's continue to work for the progress and unity of the country. The power belongs to God. Power belongs to God. And they will lead us until 2031. And we shall very happy again. So thank you, President. What is the national
nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
Some politicians are doing it. That is his own opinion, so to say. Because we continue to ask them, if you know that some politicians are doing this because they want to gain power, you are the government. You cannot be crying like the citizens. You are the government. Your job is to protect Nigerians, right? And then if you think some people are sabotaging that, what should you do? Start telling us that God will judge them. God will expose them. Are you mad? I mean, you must be. Now, I'm supposed to say God will judge. I'm not even supposed to be saying that. I'll be stupid to be saying that. Government will catch them. Or maybe I can say God will help the government to catch them, but it doesn't even make any sense. Right? Because if you're already saying that some people are doing this because they wanted to remove Tinubu, and Tinubu doesn't want to be removed, okay? He's doing this, he's doing that, and all those other lies. That's not even the point now, okay? People's lives are in danger, all right? And you are failing, like, so terribly at that particular job. Because some people are hell-bent in continuing this campaign of terror. But you are the government. You have everything. Commander of the armed forces, what do they call them? Why should you be those telling us that some people are so powerful that they just want to keep killing you Nigerians? But whether they like it or not, I'm going to stay here till 2031. Like, how is that logical? It's not. Okay? It is APC, Egbe's logic. And people are already getting tired. Trust me, they are. So I saw a campaign, or before that, let's hear the Iyaloja General, Tinubu's daughter, who also visited Ogbomoso, simply because of this. Of course, they abducted the school children who are still in captivity.
All right. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ọmọ mi fún àǹfààní àwọn tí wọ́n mọ̀ yẹn bá dárúkọ yín fún àwọn ará ilé tó ń wò wá.
Orúkọ mi ni Bọ́láṣadé Tinubu, ìyá ọlọ́jà General of Nigeria.
Mọ́mí, a rí yín nílùú Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ lénìí. Ǹjẹ́ ẹ lè sọ fún wa kí ló gbé yín dé ìlú wa lénìí?
Nǹkan tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí àwọn ọmọ wa ní ìlú Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́, òun ló gbé wa wá sí ibi láti wá àdìde ìbánikẹ́dùn fún bàbá wa Ṣọ̀ún Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ àti àwọn ẹbí àwọn tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ gbogbo wa ló kàn, ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ẹbí kan wà tó kàn gbọ̀ngbọ̀ngbọ̀n tó kàn jù wá lọ, so àwọn ni àdìde ìbánikẹ́dùn.
Kí wá ní ìmọ̀ràn yín fún ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ pàápàá jùlọ ipò tá a wà lọ́wọ́ tá a wà yìí tó fi jẹ́ pé ìtúsílẹ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n à ń gbèkùn yẹn àti àwọn ìdílé, kí ni ìmọ̀ràn yín fún wọn?
Ìmọ̀ràn mi fún ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àti ìjọba àpapọ̀ ó ní pé a mọ̀ pé wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́, kí wọ́n túbọ̀ bá wa káràmásìkí nípa ètò ààbò lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa àti ní ìpínlẹ̀ wa. Ó ṣe pàtàkì fún wa láti wà ní ààbò, ká mọ̀ pé ìjọba wà ńbẹ̀ fún wa, kí àwa náà ajá aráàlú ká wà ńbẹ̀ fúnra wa, kí ààbò ara wa kó jẹ wá lógún. Nínú ọjà wa a máa ń sọ fún wọn, tá a bá rí ojú tí a ò rí rí, tá ò mọ̀ rí, tá a wò pé kò ń ṣe ara wa nínú ọjà, a máa ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn pé ẹ jọ̀ọ́ láti bo kí ni ẹ fẹ́ ká ṣe. So if you see something, say something. Tó bá ti rí ojú tó mọ̀ ní àgbègbè, àbẹ́ rí ìrìn sókè sódò àwọn èèyàn tí kò bá ti ará àdúgbò mu, ká challenge wọn níwọ̀nba, ká béèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn, kí a wà vigilant, ojú lalákàn fi ṣọ́rí, kí gbogbo wa.
So she was there to condole the families, sympathize with them, and then, yeah, that's pretty much it. advising the government to continue to put more efforts in providing security and at the same time rescue the children. If you see something, say something. If you see strange faces, speak up, ask questions, raise alarm if you have to. And I don't think that's even like a very good idea in that context now. It's a good, I mean, it is a good idea, but people are taking that literally right now in a way that everybody is a suspect. People are now suspects by, well, association. I mean, they are northerners or they look like Fulanis and the rest of them. So we have started seeing videos of people being apprehended by citizens, more or less like a mob action. No one has been hurt or harmed simply because they look like bandits so far. But people have become more restive. You know what I mean? Like restless and agitated. Therefore, anyone can be a fair game if things get out of hand. If you see something, say something. Very good advice. I think that's what these guys are following. They found this couple of guys that they just suspected that they must be bandits. And then this took place.
Yeah, ẹ káàárọ̀ gbogbo ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire o. Ẹ wo, à ń pe ọ̀rọ̀ yìí lówè, ó ná ronú o. Ẹ wo, ẹ má jà sùn mọ́ o. Gbogbo àwọn ará àdúgbò sùn, a kọ́kọ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ará àdúgbò Jábẹ́. Ṣé rí pé gbogbo wọn anybody ti wà lójú fò. Ibi ni Jábẹ́ ní Gbọ́pa CDA Ìkòròdú Lagos State Nigeria. Gbogbo àwọn foreigner tó jókòó yìí bandit ni wọn o. Àwọn kan Sudan, àwọn kan Kenya, wọ́n ní ní ibẹ̀ máa jẹ́ kó fẹ́ lórí àwọn sọ kẹfẹ́ tí ayé gbọ́. Ẹjọ́ but eléyìí tá wá ṣe yìí a sùnmọ́ o. Èní Sunday kí n dètè nínú ẹ̀mí kọ́ ni èní 7/6/2026 ọjọ́ keje oṣù kẹfà nínú ọdún 2026 ṣe ti rí wọn mélòó ni wọ́n tún fọ́ sí. Ó yá, you are from which state? You are from which country?
Sudan.
Sudan. Okay. You are welcome to Nigeria. You are from which country? Yeah? Sudan. Welcome to Nigeria. You are from which country? Yeah? Sudan. Sudan. You are welcome. Yes, excuse me. You are from which country? Sudan also. You are welcome to Nigeria. Yes. You are from which country? Sudan. Welcome to Nigeria. You come. Chad Republic. Welcome to Nigeria. You are from which country? Chad. Welcome to Nigeria. You are from which country? Chad. Welcome to Nigeria. You are from which country? Welcome to Nigeria. Okay, you are welcome. So we handle you over to government. Police have come already.
Do you get that now? This is the state of things. People are agitated, and the government is making it worse because people want to see that the government is in control. All right? Just like how they rescued the former minister's sister and her children. That's the kind of news people want to see. Oh, they kidnapped these people here, and the government, springs straight into action. And boom, either neutralize the kidnappers, all right, or arrest them. So when people begin to see that, so they kind of like rest their mind and be like, their government is in charge. But for over a decade, Nigerians have come to probably just accept it and then pray. They were praying that maybe it's never going to be their turn because they have God, they live in God. I have this or I have that, I'm always very careful, this or that. I've left northern part of Nigeria. I mean, what do I want to go and do in northern part of Nigeria where they are kidnapping and killing people? So it's none of my destiny. I'm okay here in my own Lagos. Right now, even Lagosians are worried. The same Abokis, their friends, right, that they used to be happy. They are very happy to employ to the point that some of these southerners in our southern part of Nigeria, they have gone as far as Niger Republic, Chad, to hire house help, security. Do you get what I mean? Simply because some of them feels like, you know, they are trustworthy. So now, a lot of people are now having the second thought. These same set of people are now, they are becoming suspects now. Suspects, bandits, suspects. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you are probably following to have an idea where this is headed, where Nigeria is headed. If they kidnap, I pray they actually save these children, these ones, and not killed. Because if anything happened to them, that they killed them or anything at all, it is going to change the whole narrative. It's going to change the whole conversation. And you see that Tinubu that a lot of you felt like Yorubas or some Yorubas are supporting. You probably will be like, you'll be surprised how things will turn like dramatically. That's why I'm silently and quietly praying they free them and release them unharmed. And those they have already killed, right? The government, I don't know if I should be asking them, should give those families justice by not only killing these terrorists that did all of this after the children have been, you know, saved. But again, probably it's just a wishful thinking. Then it shouldn't happen again. Yeah, there are people who have become this agitated and they are now going to be suspecting just everyone. They are going to suspect their Merua. They are going to suspect their cobbler. They are going to suspect their gateman. They're going to suspect their bike riders. They're going to suspect their Marua or Keke riders. They're going to suspect a lot of these guys as potential bandits. Or maybe they are just the cells, the terrorist cells, waiting to be activated. So if the trust of the society, which is currently broken, it has broken. If it is not for any reason mended and fixed to some extent, we are going to see a mass exodus of attacks. People are no longer going to be handing these suspects over to the police. They are going to be doing their own jungle justice, because by then they will feel like they have become more vulnerable, and anyone is a fair game. Do you get that? And the repercussion from that will be not unity against the government that has failed, a further division of the country. Northerners will probably want to retaliate too, and then it escalates. Yes. I don't know. I'm practically becoming a Nostradamus in that sense. But I always give a clause to my projections. If this happens again, if anything happened to the children and the remaining teachers, the narrative, the conversation is going to change from what we are currently having now. But presently, we have those who are asking people that whatever it takes, Tinubu must go. They ignorantly believe that their PVC, get your PVC. We remove Kolu. Innocently, they will say, right? Watch this.
Children rulers, you are old enough to be at home. Go and stay with your grandchildren so that they can take care of you.
Market, listen to me. The reason why we leave our comfort zone, we leave our house to come outside, now to call remind una how important una PVC, una voters card dey. We plan to protect our vote this time around.
At least we won't call them lazy youths that much. As much as some of us sees their action coming from the position of, naivety, but you still can't say they are not doing something. In the rain and the sun, expecting the police to attack them, some of them to be tracked down, maybe, get sort of like missing. They can pick some of them up and we will never see them again, or we'll never hear from them again, but still, they are still out there, kind of like pushing it against the system that is completely rigged against them. So the protest for the return of the schoolgirls actually still continues, right? Where in Abuja, the Oluyole show of the Take It Back, right? We're on the streets yesterday and even today as the protests continue for the safe return of these school children. And they are likely those who are going to keep the string together, like the thread like that will eventually pull every other person to say, you know what? Why are we not joining them? And just like that, this issue of kidnapped school children, especially this week, may spark international protests. The usual, where the diasporans are also going to join. Yes, to demand for the safe return of these school children. So when people keep on the protest and you look at them and you look at the numbers and you're like, why is the number not really massive? The government is not going to listen to them. No, they do. Government will want them to stay away, everybody to keep quiet, as they wanted it to just go and pray. Go and pray that the terrorists will return the children at the appropriate time. But seeing you out there and the rest of you watching it, asking questions like, man, so they are still protesting. I didn't know. Yes, they are. Right. I'm going to join them in my own streets tomorrow if I see them. And like that, that is how you build a very powerful grassroots revolution. So they have no idea what they are toying with. And I think they do, especially with the way some of those prominent men or women among them have been moving about, making all these speeches to gaslight Nigerians by saying, you know what, this is our country. Security is still of our job. We need to protect our this or that. Hang on, I have a caller. It simply means that they know that if these should by any means slip out of hands, among other things they've escaped in the past, they may be done for. Here is a caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Good day. Is this Ayegun?
This is Mayegun live.
Okay.
I'm putting on my cap right now. So if you're watching it there, then you can know that you are live too.
Okay. My name is Roland and I'm calling from Canada.
Sir Roland from Canada.
Yeah.
How are you doing this afternoon?
Yes. Yeah, not too bad. Yes, afternoon here.
Brilliant.
Yes. Yeah. I really have been watching you for the past 1 or 2 years now, and I really appreciate your platform. It's not easy to get people that speak the truth these days, and I really appreciate the fact that you are using your platform to propagate that truth. Thank you very much, and the courage behind it too.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, the little thing I want to quickly say, which almost everybody already know about, is the fact that in Nigeria currently, we do not actually have a problem. The problem we have always had in Nigeria are the Fulanis, who are just less than 10 million people, causing big trouble for everybody else.
That's right.
There is no trouble in Nigeria, but the Fulanis are the trouble. Right from all the Emires, the Sultan of Sokoto, they are all terrorists as far as I'm concerned. Okay? And these are the people causing the trouble. They want to own Nigeria, according to them, from the desert to the Atlantic Ocean, so that you and I will become their slaves. Just like they did to the Hausas, who welcomed them with both hands some 200 or 300 years ago. After they welcomed them to their communities, before you know it, they started gradually killing them, killing their traditional rulers, and those ones have become slaves to them today. That is their agenda for Nigeria. They want to dominate the whole of Southwest, South, Southeast, and Middle Belt. Everybody will become slaves to them. It is difficult for the government to come out and point to the Sultan of Sokoto as a terrorist. It is difficult for them to say so. That is the number one terrorist in Nigeria, and all the emirates in Nigeria. What they want to do is, if they attack Oyo State today, you know the person they are going to kill?
Who?
They want to kill the Alafin of Oyo.
Right.
If they attack Osun State today, they want to kill the Oni of Ife. If they attack Benin today, they Benin. These are the top people they are looking forward to kill, and the rest of us will be very easy for them.
They killed the
Adara I want to say
Kingdom.
That
who is also equivalent to this mentioned paramount rulers. So Adara of Adara Kingdom is like the what do you call the Oni of Ife to his own people. It's like a Dioba of Benin to his own people. It's like a paramount ruler too. Under
that's good.
Kaduna.
Okay, so these are the top people they want to take out.
And then they dumped his body on a road path to his town. A message to
Can you imagine that?
Take your king. You can take anybody we want to take and nothing will happen. And nothing happened. Nothing.
Exactly. So please, let people continue to shout this very, very important fact that the Fulanis are the problem we have in Nigeria. If the Hausas can come together, that term Hausa Fulani does not exist. There is Fulani separately, there is Hausa separately.
That's right.
The Muslims they are killing in the north, they are not Fulanis. The Muslims are Hausa Muslims. These are the people they are attacking and killing. So when people say there is Christian genocide, there is also Muslim genocide. It's not true. There is serious Christian genocide. The northerners that are being killed are the Hausas. Okay? So please, let us continue to hammer this to the whole world, that the Fulanis in Nigeria, whether born or unborn, they are the problems we have in Nigeria. They are not the kind. If you see a Fulani man and and a black mamba snake kill the Fulani man first because he is most dangerous. Thank you very much. And again, I appreciate your platform.
Thank you very much as well for that opinion as well. Okay, thanks for your contribution. You have a good one, sir.
Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. So, callers' opinions are pointedly and basically theirs, all right? And you are free to share yours too. Now, back to Abuja, where Omoyele Sowore and other comrades joined day 7 of the call for the release of the abducted children, school children in Oyo State. Call it day 6 and 7 for the record.
The situation in Nigeria is the worst of all the countries surrounding us today. Greatest Nigerian people, we are here as a rehearsal for what might become the final push for a revolution in this country. We are asking that Tinubu, with immediate effect, go and rescue the children who were kidnapped from their schools across the country and get them released immediately. Because that is what he imposed himself on Nigerians to do as the presidency that he stole in 2023. And from which we shall never allow him to come back again in this country. Do you want Tinubu to come back again? No! Tinubu must go. Tinubu must go. Tinubu must go. Tinubu must go. So this march is to herald the release of those children. And it's going on all over the country. This is the Abuja version. We were planning, or we actually had gone to the villa, but they put soldiers in large numbers. It's not as if we cannot push the soldiers aside. But we decided that because it's a peaceful process, we will not have any confrontation with the soldiers or police. Otherwise, they are nothing before the people.
At all, they are nothing.
When people take over street, when people take over street, all oppressors, they shall run away. When people take over street.
Nigerians, Oyo! Nigerians, Oyo! Nigerians, Oyo! Are we more strong? Are we more strong? Are we more strong? If your boss not down, our boss will down. If your boss not down, our boss will down. Now we want them, now we will. Now we get them all. Now we get them all. No real-time transition. No real-time transition. No credible election. Say that with me. No real-time transition. No credible election. We want credible election. Yes, sir. Nothing but credible election. Yes, sir. We want credible election. Yes, sir. We don't represent any candidate. Yes, sir. We don't represent any party. We represent the people. Our voice must count. Our vote must count. Our vote must count. Our voice must count. Our voice must count. Our vote must count. Our voice must count. Our voice must count. Our voice must count. Our vote must count. Our voice must count. We want to do something before we go.
Situation in Nigeria.
You are playing to the hand of agents, including my own enemies, who want to use insecurity to get rid of me. I'm a very stubborn politician. I just refuse to go. And I will campaign for my second term. I will work hard. You are playing.
Because that's Ekolu's belief. He didn't believe that his own security guys, the military, the Navy, the Air Force, the DSS, the NIA, the police, the civil defense, the what else again? That they failed in. They are either compromised, incompetent, or both. In fact, it's actually like 3. Corrupt, incompetent, or compromised. So therefore, they are not giving him results, but rather, he said, you are playing to the hands of the agents, my political enemies, who wants to remove me. But I'm a stubborn politician. I'm going to campaign for my second term. That's a call, by the way. Here. Hello.
Hello, my Baba. Greetings to you, to all members of the temple. Yeah, Allah is calling from Canada.
Senator Ola, right?
Yeah,
from Canada. How are you this afternoon, too?
Yeah, good afternoon. So let me first talk about those afar in Oyo State that are now dissociating themselves from these bandits, these terrorists. You know, these people. I'm a Muslim too, and then if you look at their style of Islam, it's an extreme type that, you know, that align with Wahhabism ideology. And then if you look at the northern part of Nigeria, they said they are practicing Sharia. And then they always want to back their agitation for Sharia with the Constitution of Nigeria. But you can't build something you call only on fraud, because that 1999 Constitution is a fraud. Because they said, the Abu Salam wrote it there that we, the people of Nigeria, how many people? Now, you now want to do something.
Obasanjo that they want to swear in as president in 1999 did not see the Constitution until the day of his swearing. The National Assembly of 1999, they did not have a copy of Nigerian Constitution until June 2nd, when they gave it to them, when they inaugurated them. And yet they say, we the people.
No.
Where?
We the people. That is fraudulent. And then you think you want to back your claim on the same thing that is, you know, everything about this, the Sharia of the thing is
political. That's what I want other Muslims to understand. Because Sharia already exists in Nigeria for those who are true Muslims who wanted to share properties or inheritance. It already exists now, Saula, Abi.
If you go to Ojaba in Ibadan, right? They are. If you have, let's say, family dispute, land dispute, marriage dispute, they are there. They can adjudicate on
exactly
on Sharia. And then if you go to the magistrate court, and if you tell them that I'm a Muslim, I want my case to be based on Islamic doctrine, they will look for a Muslim magistrate. All this not a Muslim magistrate. All this local. All this all these local courts in this like all these local court. This they call what they call it.
Okay.
What their local courts, customary courts.
Okay.
If you go to any customary court, if you have any dispute, if you tell them, you write in your claim that you are Muslim, you want your case to be determined by through the Muslim jurisprudence. They will look for a Muslim judge that will That is it on your case. So what else are they looking for? Now,
the political one is that they want Nigeria to codify it. Okay, by codifying it means they can set up proper courts. They can set up their own police, moral police like Hisba. They can, and that is kind of like a tool of control. It is political.
To control the poor.
Not just the poor, including Muslims too. You know what I mean?
No, to control the poor Muslims, because their Sharia, okay, for example now, Sharia is being operated in the north. How many of their northern elites have been brought before the Sharia
guided by Sharia? None.
Okay, Malamu is facing corruption charges now.
Mm-hmm.
At least he's not stealing. He's supposed to be brought under the Sharia law, so that at least he's supposed to cut.
At their Jumats, every time he traveled to Sheikh Nakebi Abiwea, right? Every time he traveled there, right? He's a special guest of honor at their central mosque. I've seen videos.
So now, now he's there. So none of them, even Yerima, that Yerima, that when he was facing corruption charges, he did not ask them to take them to Sharia court.
No.
He opted for the normal court where they will do their, everything. Okay, in the Quran, even in Islam, anybody who share from the proceeds of alcohol will also be punished. We also receive punishment according to Quran. That if you share from the proceeds of alcohol betting, now fat is being collected from alcohol and betting, and it's going to the federal. Going to the national, national
second highest taxpayers in Nigeria, the beverage companies.
So now they want to share from the process of alcohol.
They want to. They are sharing from it. They are using the money.
They are sharing from the process of. They are sharing from process of
Haram to send them to Mecca. You know that.
So their Sharia does not prevent them from sharing from process of Haram. You can see how the hypocrisy of these people when it comes to Sharia. So I know, and then on this issue of this insecurity in Nigeria, I've said it. The only solution is everybody for us to part ways. These people, they are determined with their mission, to take over our land, to expand the Fulani. If you look at what they are doing now, it's the same thing they did with Afonja before they took over Ilorin.
Well, Afonja
because it started with kidnapping.
No, Baba. Afonja was fighting Alaafin, so he went to this guy, Alimi, a Fulani, to help him assemble soldiers. And then they brought these Fulanis to come and help him from all over the place to ward off the warriors of Alaafin and defeated them. So Alaafin now left them. They now declare independence from Yoruba and say this area, Alimi Lando, what do they call it? Afonja Lando. And do you know that they are calling Ilorin Alimi Land too now? By the way, right? That's a Fulani man,
now,
okay? Go on.
Yeah, when Afonja, when they said, because after they left Oyo, Afonja was living with them.
They were just farm ants, Baba. The history said they were just farm ants, helps. Okay? Afonja himself and his own warrior that settled in Ilorin, where they became Ilorin today, right? They didn't have any established relationship per se until when they needed to fight Oyo. So he hired them. They were not even living there. So when they defeated it, he told them to stay. And then he told Alimi to train his own army, his own warriors. What Alimi did was that he told Afonja to let go some of his warriors. They are too weak. They are too old. They can't fight. So the entire Afonja's army suddenly turned to like maybe 90% to 95% Fulanis assembled by Alimi.
Yeah.
That was when it was time for them to kill him. It was easier. He didn't fight. They just took him and killed him. And that's the story of Ilorin. Go on, Baba.
So now, the last one I will talk about is this issue of the statement is normally their excuse that some people want to they want to remove Tinubu. That's where the insecurity, where they are doing something like that. Now, I think do these people think they are talking to fools?
See, me, I was even expecting you when you went to that trajectory of Afonja and Alimi. I was expecting that you are going to take us through what Tinubu is doing to us as Yorubas right now. Do you get that now? Because these terrorists who want to take over
of our time.
Yeah, no, don't worry, we'll have time. So those who want to take over our land and killing our people today, who want to and who are doing it, they are actually not the people we should waste energy on than those who have the power to stop them. But because of political correctness, they choose not to. They choose to play with it.
They choose not to. That's where I'm going.
I would love you to go there. Because that's what happened to Afonja and now to Yoruba land.
Yeah. I said Tinubu is the Afonja of our time. Right now. Because El-Rufai made a statement that he tapped Ribadu's phone. They didn't waste time before they got him arrested and at least he's under trial now. Then what stops them from running after those people who want to run down the government or Tinubu's government?
Good question.
That is my question. Because if you know, for you to say that some people, because they want to remove Tinubu because of election, they are doing that. That means they know them. Why are they not going after them? That is my question. If you can go after El-Rufai for the statement he made on TV, then why don't you go after these people? So but I don't understand.
I don't want us to feel sorry for him because some people just want to ruin his government. That you know what, Yoruba, let us think. There's some people behind this whole thing. They just want to make him look bad. Don't let them let Tinubu look bad. Let us support him. Like, Baba, I don't know how that kind of statement makes me, Baba. But people are saying they're actually saying it.
That you know all these people. There are some. You always say it. Nigeria has the highest number of police people in the world.
That's right.
And that's what we are saying now. If you ask them why, okay, thank you very much.
You have a good one, Baba. Thank you so much.
So let me submit.
Yeah. So sometimes I would want, when my callers, right, when they make some very brilliant kind of points, I would love to have them expatiate. So because of that, I can open a new perspective to that point, just to make it more broader and kind of, So yeah, it's crazy, by the way, that analogy, the analogy of how the Fulanis took over Ilorin and then almost exterminated most of the Yoruba soldiers who are in their, from what we heard, they were in their thousands too. They were Afonja soldiers, they were Yorubas until it got to that Ibariba land and then to what is today's Ilorin, right? And decided that it would no longer be under the command of the Alaafin of Oyo, who at the time was the paramount kind of like a head of the Oyo Empire. So Afonja decided, he knew that he couldn't face the Alaafin's warriors, all right, for his own independence. It was more or less like fighting for his independence, okay? But independence from Alaafin, but he was a Yoruba man, a Yoruba true, a Yoruba warrior, was fighting for Alaafin too. So he parted ways, assembled his own army and all that, but they were not enough. So he approached this Juju man, this Fulani terrorist called Alimi, who always traveled to that same village to sell charms, charms from snake bites, charms from cutlass or sword cuts. So if they cut you, it won't enter. Charm from this and that. You get that now? That's what he was selling. But in that process, right, he became the friend to Afonja himself, and he became his kind of confidant. The confidant that told him that he could defeat Alaafin if he wanted to. And Afonja bought it. They struck a deal. You will help me assemble those your men. I heard that they fight very well and all that, the Fulanis. He said, yes, they could fight. And then he assembled thousands for him. Just like the APC, Egbekegbe, brought in the Fulani terrorists now to take power in Nigeria. But Afonja didn't put them together because he wanted to go and overthrow Alaafin. He put them together to ward off Alaafin. And he succeeded. So it was time to enjoy his peace, prosperity, and whatever it is. It was then. Then his confidant advised him, your soldiers are weak. These Yorubas, they can't fight. They are not strong. They are not good in this or that. You need a very strong, sharp army that could respond to the threat of Alaafin on a single command. So what did he do? He made him the general or the commander of his own army. That's how Alimi, a Fulani man, became the commander of Afonja's army. They dispersed all those men. And there were women. So that's how they started the procreation that gave birth to these people who are now calling themselves Fulani Yoruba, Yoruba Fulani, Fulani Yoruba, and all that, whose allegiance is basically to their Fulani ancestry in Yoruba land. You know the story. This is true story. True story. History. Until they removed Afonja himself. Slaughtered him. I mean, like they killed him, like, you know, killed other men left with him. That's how Alimi, the Fulani man, became the first emir of what is now today's Ilorin. They never had real Oba, I think, in Ilorin or so. That's how Fulani took over Ilorin. That's how they got an emir. That's how they now started kind of creating houses. And those houses are those who are the loyalists, the lieutenants of Alimi, the other Fulanis. So they gave them money. I mean, so he gave them the wives, all the wives of Afonja, the Afonja's children, the children and the wives of some of his soldiers. They became wives of this Alimi. And they have all those houses in Ilorin till tomorrow. I don't know how many they are, maybe 7 or 8, I don't know. They are powerful Fulani houses. History. Anyway, let's go a bit forward now to the Nigerian army. Okay, when they kidnapped over 400 people, residents at ngoshe in Borno State, as well as those they kidnapped from Gwoza. I think ngoshe is under Gwoza local government area, by the way. So anyway, in Borno State, a few months back, and then these people were pleading for their, you know, for their lives and all that. And I spoke about that here. I actually shared a video too when it happened. And yesterday, the Nigerian army succeeded in overrunning the ISWAP's camp in that same Borno around Lake Chad area, where they neutralized, which means they killed some of the terrorists. I don't want to show you that video but it happened. I saw it. And from that operation, right, is where I got this clip I'm about to share with you, where those women, children who have been in captivities for months, 3 months at the least, regained their freedom yesterday. So kudos to the Nigerian army because they did this one, so we should give them the Abi. Here was one of the operations along the Lake Chad basin.
Zai iya daga drum daga nan.
And successfully, by the way, they rescued over 300 captives who also shared their experience or their experiences, how they got kidnapped and, how they've survived, and how many of them who have died in captivity as well. So this one is a long watch, okay? And it was from last night after the operation that rescued them. So you should pay attention, okay? And also there's a reminder, right? If you haven't liked the broadcast and you've been here all night, right? The whole evening now, please do. Take a moment and like the broadcast, okay? Just once. And that's you. Share it. That one you can do that like as many times as possible, all right? And tell your friends and then your not so friendly friends to possibly still join us. We still have, let's say, another half an hour to go. And indeed, if you want to call in and add your own to this conversation, right? The number is on your screen, use it. So, last night, in Gwoza, where the rescued victims were being processed.
Kuna ji ba? Kuna nan lafiya ruwa nan. Kowa ya zo na lafiya. Kun ji ba? Kuna kama ruwa ka je baya, kama ruwa ka baya.
Maryam ba zai fita mai kama da baba ga shi alamun shekarun da dan dama da bana kai an kai kamar nawa 70 da sama abin da ya sama to ya kaji yau wannan abu da ya faru haɗin mu dai aikin na gwamnati da kuma jami'an tsaro mu har kullum aikin mu shine faranta wa mutane haka mu kuma muna jin daɗi muka ga mutane ran su ya gaskiya mun ji daɗi da muka gani amma ga shi na sami kowa lafiya yanzu duk kana da wani bukata da ya shafi rashin lafiya za a duba za a duba insha Allah kasan kuma shekaru sun tafi abin sai a to me za ka ce game da jami'an tsaro na gwamnati da sauran kun ba ta dogon bidiyo wallahi yana yi da ya abu da Allah ya tude muku alhamdulillah Allah ya tude
akwai saboda da aka yi taro a ranar da muka yi wannan bidiyo an mana tambayoyi an ce wanda yana da ra'ayin zai zauna ya zauna wanda kuma ba zai zauna ba babu dole a addini an ce haka to wasu sun yi gefe sun zauna mu kuma sai muka yi gefe muka ce mu gaskiya za mu koma saboda wannan abin ya faru wata bata ga 'ya'yanta ba wata kuma bata ga kannenta ba wasu yaran mun zo da su ba iyayensu abubuwa dai da dama wasu sun rasu mun ce gaskiya mu hankalinmu ba zai kwanta ba ba mu san wani hali wanda muka rabu da su suke ciki ba saboda haka mun zamu sai suka ce mana su ba dole dama idan za ka zauna ka yi addini ka zauna in ba za ka zauna ba su ba sa haka muka yi
su amma kuna da sani akwai wanda suka fito ɗaya biyu har wayansu sun fito ta Kamarun wanda sojojinmu na Najeriya sun karbe su sun kai kimanin akalla ba za su kasa mutane 80 ba sun kasa ma da wuce mutane 2 ba kuma a interview da su yaran na suka yi da kuma magana da aka yi da mun ce 16 wanda suka fito DSS suka yarko kuma ba za a kasa mutane 50 ko abin da ya ba idan an hada da kusan
so on and so forth. Did you see those children? Did you see those babies? Yeah. The terrorists entered the town and they just kind of like marched everyone from the town. Those that survived the killings, they just marched them straight into the forest for over 2 months now. Did you see those babies? Just imagine what trauma they are currently carrying. Eh? And that is the reality of a lot of people, hundreds of thousands of Nigerians who are currently being held by different group of terrorists all over Nigeria. Crazy, yeah? Nigerians have been subjected to the most inhumane kind of treatment by those who swore to protect them. Those in government. Well, it's almost like everyone is trapped, like there is no way out. The most they can do is just to lament, cry, and just wait for a miracle, something that is just probably going to change the whole story. That is likely not going to happen. If wishes were horses, as they said beggars will ride. You know that? But wishes are not horses. Actions, sometimes they say actions is all we need. But that moment of spark where what is going to feel it, I say, we have a reason now. A lot of us have hundreds of reasons. But majority just need one reason. The one that is going to stand out of all other reasons why they are done, they are tired, they've had enough. Right? I don't know what that spark would be. Is it on poor infrastructures, corruption, the blatant corruption that has become so, official, so to say? Or the insensitivity of those holding public offices in Nigeria who just don't almost give a damn. They can't even pretend anymore. You get what I mean? Like sometimes you just pretend like you care. Just pretend like you are actually really doing something, not fake it, photo ops and the rest. But these guys don't give a damn anymore. And they can't pretend anymore. It is just you that are enduring that needs that spark, the spark that is going to be like, I don't want to endure this anymore. Let's see if we can have like maybe 20 million or 30 million of Nigerians from all over the place that just feels like, no, I can't endure this anymore. We shouldn't be enduring this anymore. And there'll be a shift. Until then, maybe we should still keep sensitizing. Some said we should keep complaining, but no, we should keep sensitizing. That's what it is. So this video, it is called Sapele Road in Oyo State Depart. Somebody made this video to share with us the states of this supposed federal road in Oyo State.
Edo is shining. This is federal road. Edo is shining.
Edo is floating.
Benin is shining.
Benin is floating.
Yeah, this nylon tie.
Benin is floating.
Benin is floating. Nylon tie going. You can see her. No going, no coming. Edo is shining. Clear.
Before, Edo was shining.
Yes.
But now, Edo is floating.
Oh wow.
Edo is floating.
Nylon tie. You see her? Nylon tie. Edo is shining. Edo is shining. You see her? Everywhere is shining. This is why I love APC. People Democracy Party. We are working. Edo is working. Don't play. If you play, you're going to learn. You learn in a hard way. Edo is shining.
Edo is floating.
Vote for APC. We'll change everywhere. Nylon time. Yes. Federal road. This is federal road. See, no going, no coming. Federal road. When they say federal road. See, river. Let me this. Edo is shining. Vote for APC. Edo is shining. Federal road. This is federal road. Edo is shining. Edo is shining. No going, no coming. See ya. Vote for APC.
We are a poor nation. The bank coal will follow. They say firewood, not smoke. They say we need to plant more trees. And they are not giving us money. We need to open our eyes, shine it, and tell the West. If you don't guarantee our finances and work with us to stop this, we are not going to comply with your climate change. Do it.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt.
I bring you a message of hope.
resources on education.
Loriro, I have a caller on the line. Hello.
Yes, Baba Ayegun.
Air Force One. How are you, Baba?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Adeo. Adeo. So as I woke up, I think that was yesterday or the day before. Now these people came out. So in Katotin John Yalati Joy. Once you are like you are something. They want Sharia law. So you want a law, okay, because of your religion, right? So you have to do that to the detriment of slaughtering a full-grown human being in broad daylight.
Beheading him.
Okay. So you beheaded a human being like you in a broad daylight. You see those two videos you showed, that Ogbomoso nuisance, what did he call himself? Afa or Sheikh or whatever. And that nuisance also in Osun.
The Mufti of Iwo.
There's one from Ogbomoso, and we showed two of them.
Okay.
Imam, then the one in Osun. You see, that Osun one has been a nuisance for a long time right now. You remember when the Israel and Iran thing started?
Right.
He put people, there are young kids in front of his house holding, is it Iran flag?
Yes.
Saying that death to America, death to Israel. You remember that video?
I remember. I shared it.
And nobody did anything. Osun State government was there. The government was there. Baboni Kulalai. He didn't do nothing. Nada. You see, the last time I called, I said, the problem why everybody is thinking, anyway, I don't have any expectation, because we don't even have any representation. Yoruba people have no representation at the national level, talk less of the state level. Who is doing our bidding for us? Who is doing our bidding for us? We don't have anybody. Everybody that is going to presidency as a Yoruba man or Yoruba nonsense is just going there for his own pocket.
That's right. Just using Yoruba as a meal ticket.
Every governorship or governor, whatever in Oyo State or in Yoruba land, they are just going there for their pockets. So I don't know why a Yoruba man will just wake up one day or a Yoruba lady and say they have a representation at the national level or state level. So you kidnapped, you both young and old. But barely 2 months old. How many old was that baby that was also kidnapped along with his mom? Because of Sharia law.
Like whether we like
because
it or
of
not.
Sharia law. No, it's not whether we like it or not. It's not going to stand. Let me tell you people today. Let me speak to the Islamic people. For if you are still thinking that your Islamic Sharia, if you want to do your Sharia, do it. But you see, the biggest mistake you just made is this act, this step you took. Okay? This step you just took by shedding those blood, innocent blood. So any religion that shed human blood is not from God. In fact, this Allah you guys are talking about, okay? You are not worshiping Allah. Allah will never tell you to go and shed human blood. Yes. So let me talk to you, Yoruba Muslims in Oyo State. I mean, in all Yoruba land. Ẹ jẹ́ kí orí yín pé. Ẹ jẹ́ kí orí yín pé. Ẹ jẹ́ kí orí ṣe kí ni kí orí yín pé. Ṣé àfiṣe ní sẹ́yìn nìkan ni? Sẹ́yìn nìkan lẹ́lẹ́sìn ni. Ẹ̀sìn àtọ̀húnrìn wa. Wọ́n gbé wá. Wọ́n gba tọwọ́ wa tó jẹ́ dáadáa. Wọ́n gbà lọ. Wọ́n gbé jákujàku fún yín lọ́wọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ fi ń dà lúrú. Ẹ jẹ́ fi ń dà lúrú. Sórí yóò pé ni. ẹ̀fún ní abẹ́ ìdí àwọn ti gbé ṣépè. So ẹni wá ní láti gba ẹ̀mí kẹ gé orí èèyàn kẹ dúgbò ẹran kẹ tó lè ṣiṣẹ́ rí òfò rádaràdá. Ẹ ti ṣiṣẹ́ o. Ẹ ti ṣiṣẹ́ gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ bá lọ́wọ́ bẹ̀ ẹ ti ṣiṣẹ́. Ẹ ti ṣiṣẹ́. Bàbá. Wọ́n ti ṣiṣẹ́.
I'll take another one, Baba. Thank you so much for calling in, okay? Oh, sorry, we missed that. Maybe you should keep trying, all right? That last caller. Okay, let's try it now. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me, right?
Hello.
Baba. So that's a problem. And let me show you that of Enugu, where their governor is constructing what he called the smart schools. But unfortunately, some of these ongoing projects have been facing standard challenges. It is either they are collapsing, or after a little downpour, the building under construction will just lose its roof. They were supposed to be the standard that the government possibly wants other builders in their own state to follow, Abi. But that is not in the Enugu state. I have seen countless videos of these shoddily, poorly constructed structures called smart schools by the government, where billions of naira have been expended. Here is one, as well as a collapsed road in that same Enugu. Failed infrastructures, right?
Ha, ndị be anyị unu hụkwa smart school ọ bụ arụrụ na ebe anyị. Lekwe na ihe ikuku mere this afternoon. Unu le anya unu hụ na the whole roofing nọ n'eti ala. Onweghi nke họtara. The whole school, the whole building nọ on the floor. So ka ọ dị na health center anyị bụ ka ọ dị na smart school. So onwemeghi nke roofing nye nọ n'elu ibe nye. So now the whole roofing is on ground. Unu yahu the aluminium. Unu yahu aluminium akere na the roofing. Na halile national. So all the health center because I run a small school in Kenta. So ya muspaka mume video ka forward there ndo deneka ka mari ihe mere legend.
Come down and walk so that you tell Peter Mba what you are passing through in Enugu Road. Yes. Onye nke agbago ọtọ, ọ gbago ọtọ ka ọ bịa kwafu moto nọ n'ụzọ. Unu kụbara aka, Peter Mba. Another person don't come down from Peter Mba moto to help. Peter Mba moto go free pass. See vehicles will spoil. Even keke.
Amba 80.
Yes. Tell Peter Mba to come and fix Enugu Road in Suka. This is just the beginning, no. This is just the beginning. Tomorrow is here. Tomorrow is here.
Never see something. Never reach somewhere now.
This is Nsukka Road right now. If I'm telling people about Nsukka Road, they can't believe me. This is Nsukka Road right now. You see him? Nsukka. This is Nsukka Road. This is Enugu Road. You see, all the motor don't stop. If you gather lever, you cross. See this man now. You don't stop. You got to say get lever. You don't stop. See water everywhere. We no get road again. What is going on? This is Ojadika Entertainment. What is going on? We don't get road.
Welcome to the real world, the world that Nigerian politicians have created for us. They spend a lot of money on propaganda, where they set out flashy things to make you think they are actually working. You know, and then they will tell you that if there is a place, or if there are places where they have not touched, you don't expect government to do everything at once. We're going to need extra 4 years to make it 8 years. They praise themselves every day that they are doing so well. Mad people. Substandard product. You know what I mean? See, they find it difficult to put people-oriented projects as priorities, you know, the one that will serve the people as priorities, except if they are going to make money from it. Okay? So, where they now decided to even do anything at all, you still have to battle corruption that will make them deliver substandard projects that will fall apart in few years, and then you have to redo it again. Nobody goes to jail for that. That is a crime, putting the lives of people in danger by building substandard, you know, projects. That should be a life sentence, so to say. I have a caller. Hello, are you there?
Hello, Mayago. Good evening.
Good evening, Mazi. How are you doing?
I'm fine. And you, Mayago?
Well, I'm still here, Baba. Thank you.
Well, thank God. Mayago,
please.
From now, you will be seen like a rescue. You will notice that a lot of rescues will be coming out. They will be rescuing people, like all these 400 and something people they said they rescue. How can you rescue over 400? See, they are weak. And the people that are keeping them are with machine guns. So how do you rescue them? Where are the people you kill before you rescue those people, like those little children?
No, this one
you saw that old man. He can't even talk.
I didn't want to share the video of the shattered bodies of the terrorists. They actually do. They actually assemble them like trophies. You know, like when the same way the terrorists will line all these their victims, right? The Nigerian army, right? They lined them, and they were actually like about 40 of them, dead bodies of the supposed terrorists.
I want to tell you something. There's something.
Go on.
I noticed something.
Yep.
Like Ola from Canada said, Mr. Ola from Canada, that they want to Islamize Nigeria. It was this is the agenda. But for what I'm seeing now, that agenda has collapsed again.
Obviously.
That agenda has collapsed again.
Are you sure it has collapsed completely, or it's still very much active? That people are still fighting to stop it?
No. It's active, but it has collapsed from their side. Yes, because the only thing holding it now is Tinubu. If Tinubu goes out 2027, all those people running around Tinubu that are giving fake news, giving him fake information, giving him hope to continue so that he'll be able to do it, all this infiltration, that report.
Okay.
Their food soldiers tested money. All those little children, all those people they are bringing from Mali, Guinea, they are tested money. If you see them on TikTok, if you have chance to talk to them, they will interact with you.
Nigerians are not asking them to give away. Man, Nigerians are like horrible sometimes.
That's what I'm going. They're not doing giveaway.
On TikTok, asking terrorists to give you.
They don't have. The main people, those people that are used to behead people's head, those level of Shekau, they don't have control again over those ones that are bush now. So many of them. So if you notice, you will see. You see, they are now calling the people everywhere. There is money. Come to Nigeria. This is money now. You see that line up. Where are you from? Sudan. Where are you from? Chad. Where are you from? So this is how they are now coming in. The only thing the only problem we will have in Nigeria now is that they will be putting people like granite, like pure water. If you don't, some people they don't pay, they will kill them because they're now looking for money. Because they're not telling them to stop. That's money, and those people that have the agenda that brought them, that cannot handle the gun, that brought them to come and handle their gun. They are not many, and they don't have control over this again
anymore.
Yes, that is what is going to be happening now. So there will be a lot of those men people and the people that are in power sponsoring them. They will sacrifice their lords to show that they are doing just to gain just to gain people their faith, their own people again, just to gain their trust.
Tension to make it look like they are working and all that. Why the agenda still continues? A distraction.
All those far in Yoruba land, and some of them that are coming out before to shout about Sharia. Even Mori, if somebody said people should go and defend themselves.
Yes. Now.
One emir also said it. So they are trying to remove themselves. They lost control. Understand? And Nigerians are going to take charge very soon. But removing Tinubu will be number one step.
I don't think removing Tinubu alone is going to fix this. APC need to.
No, APC need to die. It's starting. It's starting because Tinubu knows the arrangement. Why APC came?
Cut off the head of the snake. The entire thing is gone.
Yes, Tinubu knows the arrangement where APC brought those people. They have agreement. But once Tinubu is over there, there's nothing like Tinubu again and their government, APC government, not only Tinubu, APC government.
Like
then you will see.
That's why I said that it's not just right everywhere. Something that happens that gets them out of power totally, that there's no APC anywhere anymore. Kind of. But the same people.
Listening.
Yeah?
Because if you see now, those boys now, they are not everywhere. They are scattered. They are not telling their brothers to come. There is money. This is now a business going on. And they are free. So their main people, the sponsors now, will sacrifice a lot of them. Not to show that to calm everything down now. The situation is high, very, very high. Anything can happen now. And people that are talking about the election, they see that INEC is deleting people's profile. But all these people, APC, I don't know if they have mental problem.
Or possibly now.
When they go to INEC central quarter, deleting people's PVC, how do they know that those people that are deleting are the people that are supporters of APC or other parties? How do they know?
They don't.
So why are they deleting it? So these people, they don't have option now. The 2027 election maybe will be the last time of Nigeria. But they are all confused. Anyway. When you go to Enugu now, can you tell me any reason why Peter Mba will join APC? Since he joined APC, look at all the projects, everything is gone down. This smart school now, you know what they used to accuse one Yoruba guy and he stole the money. These are the EFPC because he went viral. Now he collected the money. What is happening? What is happening now? He's collected the money. Now
he has refunded the money. Do you know that? The guy has already refunded their money.
Since the guy collected the money, I thought when you said he's a criminal and you want your money back, he now gave you your money back. Why not do something that is more superior than what he wanted to do for you? Why all these smart schools, they are rubbish. None of them is working. But Tinubu said, what money cannot do, more money will do it. Right. That they gave them all money. But Nigeria is going to explode very soon. And it's going to be all these killings. Thank you, Mayegun.
Thank you, Baba. You have a good evening, okay? Anyway, I can wrap it up in another few minutes, but I should do so. I shouldn't do that without sharing this clip with you. It was reported that the Nigerian army, They actually have a name for them. They call them the operatives of Delta Hawk. Have been accused of carrying out an attack in Isoko South. And I think Isoko South is that not Delta State? A community called Emede, where this military came and they set people's houses on fire. Like, just started demolishing houses and then setting people's houses on fire. No clear explanation is given. I have a clip of the arson.
Okay. I would do the chocolate. I don't do keep it and just maybe I see little
it is unimaginable, not as Nigerian, but it's unimaginable that your military, in their own modes of operation or rule of engagement, will go ahead and then start not only shooting and killing civilians, set their properties ablaze as a way of a deterrent, to warn them that don't dare the army, kind of. And there is no one, no military, no soldier has been arrested for participating in such action, because they are always carrying out the order. Delta State is currently brewing with some internal crises. Like I told you, this INEC delineation, where they want to redemarcate some local government areas in Delta State, including that part of the Warri. Something they believed that some people are trying to stop. So they went to court, Supreme Court, and the court gave a judgment that it should be done. But somehow INEC just refused to do it because some powerful people said it should be as it is right now, status quo, including Remi, Tinubu's wife, right? So Delta guys are currently apprehensive too. They are angry, and they are sending warnings to Tinubu almost every day. They told his wife to go back to the kitchen, go and take care of your husband. They called Tinubu chicken. Sorry, I don't have the video anymore. I was going to share that with you. They actually called him chicken. You this Tinubu, that be like chicken. Anyway, then the soldiers went to this community where they also arrested 20 people, 20 individuals after setting some properties ablaze. I don't have the names of the soldiers. You can call them unknown soldiers. Unknown soldiers, unknown police, kind of. That is also a way to have their usual cover up, sweep it under the carpet. Nigerian way. The more things changes, the more they remain the same. That's a quote. But we'll leave it at that. So back to another incident, which I want to use to wrap it up this evening. Joe Igbokwe, the special advisor to Sanwo-Iku in Lagos on latrines, toilets, gutters, and what have you matters in Lagos, was said to have visited the popular Ladipo market, I think. And he said some people bullied him. And because of that, he returned back home to make a video that is so cringy, kind of. Joe Igbokwe.
My name is yesterday I went to Lakoun to buy some spare parts for my vehicle. And as I was going around to look for the parts, some people were calling me, some people were just pointing fingers at me. Some were saying something. I quickly ignored them. And then I went in search of what I wanted. And I saw the parts and I went to my vehicle where I packed it to fix it. And before I know it, people they started gathering. Those Lakoun boys started, some of them were gathering. I said, Joy Bokwe, this is Joy Bokwe, this is Joy Bokwe. So you can come to this market. Joy Bokwe did this, Joy Bokwe did that. I just ignored them. And they started, they were coming, and I decided to move away from that place. I went to my friend's shop. Then I was there. And my friend went to call the leadership of the market. All of them came. And then one day I said, let me just go. I told them that I want to go. And I came outside. When I came outside, I saw a lot of people, a lot of them talking. Everybody's talking, saying all kinds of things. I didn't say anything. I just drove away. So this morning I woke up, went through my Facebook page. I was seeing all kinds of stories. Joy Bokwe was beaten, nobody beaten. This is my life. Did I look at somebody? They cannot do it in Lagos. There are things you cannot do here. You can go to Southeast and be doing the rubbish you've been doing there, and the shame that you have brought to us over the years, but not in Lagos. I pray that it will not happen again. I know what to do. I remember when we came to campaign in Lakoun a few years back, when Fashola was there. These boys went and removed the side mirror of his official vehicle. These boys, and we left them. Yesterday they repeated the same, tried to do the same thing again. I said, let me warn, this is Lagos. This is Lagos. This is Lagos. Be careful, this is Lagos. And I'm going to stop it there. So nothing happened to me. I'm okay. Nobody touched me. Nobody even near me came to my face. Nobody did that. This is just to put the record straight. People have been calling me. They can't do it in Lagos. If they do it in Lagos, they will collect. I tell you, they will collect. That market, they may not see that market in the next 1 year. Nobody will trade. Nobody will go into that place.
ọba máa rìkọ́ọ̀dì a máa lọ gbé gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà èkó wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní àwọn ipò tó bàbá wọ́n lè ní ọjà tí máa rì ipò tó bàbá ti fẹ́ Yorùbá ká jogún ẹ̀ a máa jogún yín ni a máa jogún gbogbo ipò tó wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yìí wọ́n lọ ṣe máa ṣe nìyẹn ogun wa lẹ́ máa jẹ́ a máa ṣe ìyíjà a máa jogún yín ni lágbára jẹ́ ìtẹ́ ṣe bá ṣe nífẹ̀ẹ́ yìí tó ẹ̀bà ara jẹ́ àwa kan bínú ọmọ wa sísáàbì tí wàá lọ bímọ fún Ìgbò ṣé kí n lọ kó Obieze wa Obieze ilẹ̀ ti gbà bọ̀dé olóyè Obieze ilẹ̀ ti gbà bọ̀dé ó ti lọ mú kámẹ́rà wa lọ lé ẹ̀ ní sí ẹ ti gbà bọ̀dé a máa jogún yín ni àwa la máa jogún yín àgọ́ wa ló máa dáàdì ẹ̀ a máa jogún yín láìsí pé yìí nìkan ni aráàlú Haúsá wà ń bí àgbà wọn láyè Kàlàbá wà ń bí àgbà wọn láyè ẹ wá ń bèrè pé báwo ni tí wàá ṣe jẹ́
Who did this thing to us? May God forgive all of us.
Joy Bokwe at every given opportunity, is always willing and ready to throw his own people under the bus, hoping that Tinubu's umbrella is big enough, right, to provide him a shed, not knowing that they will sacrifice him in a twinkle if it's by any means something they needed to do to get to the next step, whatever they are looking for. Igbokwe. And that was a Pastor Mrs. Remi Ahmed Tinubu Rat, calling on the Orisha, all of the Orishas, all the deities of Lagos. We're going to call them to chase you Igbos away. We are going to inherit you. Those of you Igbos that married Yorubas, we are going to inherit you in this Lagos. What is your own? You won't cooperate with us. You are the only one that doesn't want to cooperate with Ashiwaju's politics. And that is not true. That's something that baffles me, by the way. Sometimes when I think about this whole politically motivated tribalism, okay, or this bigotry sponsored by Tinubu and his kind of a brand of politics, if you're not on his side and you are not a Yoruba, you are considered as enemies of Yoruba in their style of politics. If you are a Yoruba and you are not on their side, you are considered as a Omoale, a bastard in Yoruba land. It is their brand of politics. For those of you who don't know them, you're either with them or you are not with them. And if you're not with them, you are an enemy. It doesn't matter the language you speak. Amajogoyini, we are going to inherit you here. And we have the Hausas here, they cooperate. But what baffles me, like I wanted to say earlier, right, is that within their party, they have tens of thousands of Igbos, not only who are members of APC. They are not just members by mouth, they are active members of APC in Lagos State. But those ones are not enough for them. But the Igbos that are just saying, no, we are not going to support you, they now put everybody in the same bracket, including those ones supporting them. Because that is the way I see it. You get what I mean now? Igbo Kwe is Igbo. There are so many other Igbos who have actually gotten appointment from Tinubu, who have served in some of the Tinubu's governments and the successive ones. There are Igbos who are contractors with Lagos State because of Tinubu. There are Igbos who are businessmen on their own, who are thriving too because of their connections with Tinubu. But none of this matter to these guys. The narrative is that the Igbos hate them, the Igbos hate Yoruba, the Igbos this, the Igbos that. What happened to the Igbos who are working with them, including in their families? Tinubu's son is married to an Igbo girl. Yeah. But for politics, Igbo this, Igbo that, and all that. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for your time. And I am going to, for the final time, appeal to you to please like the broadcast, okay, before you go. I'm going to see you another time. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your evening and join me another time. So it's going to be a good night. Udaro.
Ayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Ayegun dayari Ayegun number one. Ayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Ayegun dayari Ayegun number one. Ayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Ayegun dayari Ayegun number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Ayegun dayari Ayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí. Máyégún dayari Ayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún dayari Ayegun. máyégún máa wí.
Mayegun diary na ibi number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary na ibi number one.
Máyégún diary politico.
Mayegun diary na ibi number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ máyégún.
Mayegun diary na ibi number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun diary na ibi number one.
Àní máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary na ibi number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà gbówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ súnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Ayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ súnra kì. Ayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran.